What's up, guys? I'm Justin Swanstrom. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Just got off work, got out here inside the garage. I got two badass 959 motors sitting here right now. The one is already tore down. The other one is still together right now. I did pull it out of the car, which was carnage whenever I did sell it. I pulled it out and I was having bad pan vac. The vacuum is what seals up the motor, make sure that no oil is getting around the rings, getting on top of the piston, let it detonate, blah, blah, blah. So towards the end of our selling the car, I was starting to lose pan vac on the motor. I come out here, before I tear it down, I called my Uncle Mike, told him to come over here. We have a lot of good parts and expensive parts. Me and my dad like to save money when we can, so instead of going out there buying a $3,500 smoke machine, I called my Uncle Mike, told him to come over here. He's got a couple theories to help us out. Mike will be over here in a little bit. We're gonna show y'all tonight what a Redneck smoke machine does to one of these big cubic inch motors. She's all complete. Got one that's all tore apart. This is the one that Mike's been running ragged. Got a new crank going in it. Got a look at the oil down inside there. Got a new crank going in it, new pistons, new rods, everything in this motor will be brand new whenever Mike gets it again. He's got the car down there with him right now. They're finishing up the wrap on it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. You can hit the button down below. It'll let you see all my future videos. In about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm gonna go down to Fort Lauderdale and I'm gonna show you all the new car that we got coming out. We already got the heads and everything off, intakes off. We're fixing this motor. It'll be done this week. Like I told you in the beginning of the video, this motor's still together but was down on pan vac. So I went ahead and called my Uncle Mike over, told him that I got a pan vac issue. He's coming over here to figure out where we're leaking at.
What's up, Bubba?
Look at it.
What's going on? I got the bottle. Where's this motor at that we're gonna fix?
That's the bottle?
Yeah.
No. We deal with big motors over here. We ain't dealing with that small block that you had. That's 900 plus cubic inches.
Oh, goddamn. We're gonna have to build something a little different for that big son of a bitch.
You got Big Bertha with you?
Well, I got something that I feel the system, but
it's gonna
have to have a little bit more compression chamber somewhere. Cause I mean, I made my little shit video with a little bottle like this. That thing's too damn big for this little bottle. You won't even get nothing in there. Hold on though, I think I got something in the truck that we can make work. You know what I mean? I think this shit right here will work.
Dude, that's 5 gallons right there.
Dude, we can call it the Redneck Smoke Machine 2.0.
Look how big that thing is. You rolled that?
Yeah. I rolled a time or two in my day. You know what I'm saying?
So, for y'all that don't know, Mike made a video a couple years back on a small block motor he had. He only had a little Gatorade bottle and his little cigarette in his mouth. Look at that thing. But he told me for these big cubic inches, he had to make something custom with a 5-gallon jug. Look at that. We're going to have to use a 5-gallon jug. We're going to use a custom rolled, what do you want to call that? Doogie?
Doogie, yeah.
Custom rolled doogie, so we can find out where I am losing vacuum at inside one of these big 900 plus cubic inch motors.
Well, I mean, the damn cylinder's bigger than my whole motor was. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that thing. Look at them ports.
I could fit my cylinder head in there.
There's some big ports right there.
My dead homies will drink before you do. You know what I'm saying? We just pour that shit out.
So, like I said earlier, people spend $2,500, $3,500 for a smoke machine. I think we're gonna go ahead and find this for less than $30. So what we're gonna do is, I want you to explain to them what we're gonna do. What's the process? How does it work? Do you think we're gonna find an issue?
Well, if there's an issue, we're gonna find it. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna take this cap that goes on here, we're gonna drill us a hole in there that fits the same as this vacuum line over here. That goes into the cylinder head. Damn, that shit's big compared to my little shit. You know, you'll take this and you'll stick it in there. We're gonna put the cigarette in there.
We ain't got no cigarette.
Oh, I forgot. We got the big doobie. The big doobie. I keep thinking, man, it's not, you know, that's big shit. we'll put us a little hole in there so we can get our compression chamber right to pump the smoke into the engine. And then, once that cigarette gets good and hot and start firing up, we'll determine it'll start filling that engine up. When it does, it's going to start smoking. If it's got a leak, we'll find it.
If not, all the smoke's just going to stay in the motor.
Well,
but I know I got a pan vac issue because these motors,
it'll eventually come out.
These motors run around 17, 18 inches of pan vac, and I was down all the way to 7.
Got 3,000 kits on it here. I only had one little kit on mine.
Hey, let me go ahead and stop that real quick. I had a couple people hit me up. Fuel injection motors. I run all the fuel injection stuff. But I had somebody hit me up. How do you tell how many systems are on a fuel injection motor? Do you know?
I'm just a dumb redneck, but I know.
How many?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be another one because there's 5 systems on this. And the only reason I know that, because I can see the number 5 right here on the intake.
Okay, so if you did not see that on there, for my viewers, this is how you go. Hey, you go over and tell them. Come on over here. Get over here. No, I had viewers. Hold up. My viewers asked me. Look, my viewers want to know on a fuel injection motor.
Where did water come from?
Well, we had to dump our jug out.
The dead homies needed it.
Mike told me.
Y'all motherfuckers up to no good.
Bro, listen. So my viewers want to know. I had a couple people hit me up. They want to know, how can you tell how many systems are on a motor?
On a fuel
injection motor, how do you tell how many systems are on a motor?
All the systems are dry.
Yeah, but they want to know how. By looking at it, if someone didn't know, what is it? Like, what's one system? 1, 2, 3.
Huh?
Mike don't know how many systems are on here.
1, 2, 3, right? 4 underneath, and there's 1 through the intake, right?
No. On a fuel injection motor, guys, whenever y'all are looking at something, you can tell how many systems are on a motor by just how many nozzles are going inside. Count the nozzles. There's 1, 2, 3, and I run 2 underneath my intake.
You can't count the solenoids because sometimes.
Because that's on. That is on a carbureted motor.
1, 2, 3, and then
so
you got up underneath here. See the two foggers right here? 4, 5.
So there's 5 systems.
There's 2 over here.
No, those are solenoids. Those run it on a fuel injection. On a carbureted motor. Listen here, you country redneck, cornbread eating, cousin humping motherfucker. Listen. On a carbureted motor, they run fuel and nitrous through the ports.
Right.
On a fuel injection, they don't. Your fuel's right here, so you just count there.
Come on.
So, anyways. We're trying to find the pan vac issue.
Put my fucking shit back like it was supposed to be. That's
because the holes were differently.
Alright, well, I want my shit put back the way it was supposed to be.
The motor's got to come apart.
It don't matter. Don't be taking shit off.
The motor's got to come apart. I had to put a car together in a week.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, keep playing. You trying to get slapped in the neck again?
Oh, damn.
So, anyways. So we're about to find this pan vac leak.
Where's the fucking fuel line off? Where'd that go?
It's in. I had to use it. I told you I had to.
What do you mean you had to use it?
Because it was longer. The one that I had on my motor is short. What I had to.
These are different on that other motor.
No. I had to use this fuel line.
No. You're gonna get my shit back on this motor, and you're gonna go get whatever fucking line you need for that other goddamn motor.
Listen,
I
had to use this fuel line.
No. Shut up.
Go from there.
No, shut up. You're gonna get this shit back on this motor, get all this back the way it's supposed to. If you need some fat raggedy motherfucker, you better go get it.
Well, it's in the trailer, so it's gonna stay there.
Well, you get the shit back on this motor like it's supposed to be.
I guess you're gonna come out the next day.
I've been listening to this shit for 30 years.
He gonna come out here next week and still.
I don't know what motherfucker does. I've never robbed Peter to pay Paul. That's what happens. You get shit off.
I needed the hose.
Well, then you need to go buy it.
Yeah. Dude, look at that thing.
The big doobie. The big doobie.
Big doobie. All right, guys. So what we did is we got the 5-gallon water jug right here. I drilled a hole in the back side. On the front side, we're gonna put the big doobie. We already got our hole in our cap. So our hose is gonna go inside our cap. Our big doobie is gonna go inside our hose. Our hose, our cap, and our big doobie is gonna go inside our 5-gallon jug. Once it's inside there and we duct tape it all up, we're gonna put some air pressure to the back of this. It's gonna light that thing up.
It's gonna be a fire, son.
We're gonna pop the motor's cherry.
That son bitch is gonna be higher than I was when I was 19 years old when I smoked a ½ ounce of weed at one time.
You're saying the motor gonna be as high as giraffe pussy?
Dude, it might even be a little higher. I ain't gonna lie.
We're gonna give it a shot, guys. What you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take this cap because we ported that hole big enough where I can slide the other piece in, doing my MacGyver style duct tape, because that shit, duct tape for every fucking thing.
That's 200-mile duct tape. You know how many times I've used that on the car?
That's actually better than MacGyver duct tape because that's motherfucking Gorilla Tape, son. I put this around my hands one time and tried to tell somebody I could break it apart, and I couldn't. I lost 50 bucks.
So we got the crystal water, we got Gorilla Tape, we got Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake.
Got Justin Swanstrom up top.
That's my boy. Been changing his diapers since he was little.
We're gonna get some things rolling in here.
Redneck Smoker 2.0.
With the big doobie.
With the big doobie. You know, boy, if I didn't get in trouble, I'd probably smoke that son bitch myself. Let me go ahead and attach all this shit together here. Damn, that's a big old tank. I remember when I was about 19, I rolled one a little bit bigger than this one.
So we went ahead and stuck it in the motor. You need me to hold that up for you?
No. Yeah, maybe. That thing's
got a lot of weight to it.
I mean, I know you're probably not used to working with something that big. Us old guys, you know, we've been around the block a time or two. We could handle holding that.
Look, it's not already broke.
It's this damn tape.
Done almost broke it. You about broke our perfectly doobie.
Let's go ahead and slide her back in there.
That's what she said.
We'll Gorilla Glue MacGyver this sumbitch on there. Damn. This is not working quite as easy as that little peanut motor I was working on. But we'll get it. We'll get it.
Alright, so we got the big doobie all taped up on the end of our hose. Look at that thing. Thing's massive.
That thing's huge.
Alright, now we gotta light it up.
I don't know if this is gonna work though, partner. You know? I mean, that's just a little, that thing ain't gonna get it. It's just not gonna get it.
I got a torch.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That'll get it right there, don't you think?
Let's give it a shot.
Let's see what that does. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Is it lit?
Yeah, I think I'm getting higher than giraffe pussy. You sure we gotta put this in the motor?
You know Dad gonna be mad at us.
He kicked me out of the car one time. I fired a joint up and he said, "Get your ass out," right on the side of the road. I said, okay. I think we got enough heat in her though. She's ready to go.
Alright, let's go ahead and go on with it. We got the big doobie up inside the 5-gallon jug going inside the motor. He is now giving it some air pressure.
Now we do have a little bit of leak around the stem here, but that's just because we got that duct tape in there. But
look, our doobie is falling over.
Boy, that motherfucker's smoking like Cheech and Chong up in there. That sumbitch is running. It's running faster than Carter liver pills. Oh, it's catching up now. It's catching up. It's coming all the way around. We just ease it all up in there.
I ain't got no leaks yet.
Well, we about out of it. It's about gone, and it looks like it's smoking like hell over here on this side, Justin. I think you got a damn bad valve cover gasket.
Oh.
That's better than having a bad intake gasket, I can tell you that.
Well, we'll have to get a new gasket. Maybe then our vacuum will come back up.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy on one of these big motors how just a little thing like that right there. That's something stupid that could go ahead and cause this thing to lose 8+ inches of pan vac. We'll have to get it all. We'll get it apart. We're gonna go ahead and freshen it up anyways, and then I'll go ahead and order new gaskets and get it going.
It smoked the big doobie like it was nothing, boy. The big doobie's gone.
But it's all right because it's a good way to see if you have a vacuum leak, or I don't have to spend $3,500 on smoke machine because we got the Redneck smoke machine.
Hell yeah, 2.0 for the big motors.
That's some Redneck engineering you got right there.
Well, I can't even afford to buy one of these pistons, so I had to come up with something because I was having vacuum leaks all the time.
Well, I'm glad you were able to come over and help me find the leak on this motor. So
you got me sweating like a whore in church over here.
It is pretty hot inside here. It is so muggy. We're down here in Florida.
We got $200 million worth of shit around here, and we can't have an AC shop to work in.
I can't afford AC shop because I have so much money in the rigs. So if you haven't already, guys, subscribe to the channel. You can find me on Instagram at Swanstrom00, Snapchat JSwan9699. Shout out to Uncle Mike for helping me finish this deal, get everything going. He rolled up the big doogie. He smoked the big doogie.
I think I might be a little high.
We got two motors. This one's pulled apart. That one's getting pulled apart. I got to pull the one apart that's inside Aftermath right now. So this weekend I got 3 completely different motors that's going to be going together. Subscribe to the channel so you can follow along in all future videos.
We ought to do a leak down on that one out there in the trailer to see how bad she's hurt.
That thing smoked 5 out of 8 pistons. That thing's liable to just push it on out.
But it might have just smoke coming out and block.
Alright guys, we're getting out of here. It's hot. My balls are sweaty.
Wow.